Every story has that guy. He's nice, good looking, rich, has all of it. He has the it factor. He has swag. Every story also has that guy who's just crazy over that one girl, and he just decides to do whatever he can to get her attention. Well, in this story, both those characters are smashed together in a package known as Jay Gatsby. Our friend Jay Gatsby here, real name was James Gatsby, was born to a poor family in North Dakota. To say Jay disliked his background would be an understatement. He really did not like being lower class at all. I mean, the dude quit college because he had to pay for it by being a janitor. After that, he just started over. He moved, changed his name, and began working for Dan Cody, who was a copper tycoon. From working with Dan Cody, he learns the way of the wealthy. He learns how to be rich, upstanding gentleman, and he loves that persona, and he adopts that persona for the rest of the book. So after all this, the year is 1917, and Jay decides to join the military. It is here where Jay begins to fall for the beautiful, gold-digging, aristocratic Daisy. Now I know what you're thinking. No, this was not no puppy love, okay? Jay fell head over heels for this chick. When he left the war, he expected that Daisy would be there waiting for him when he came back. Sadly, this was not the case. Jay goes off to the war, does his thing, becomes a major, wins all these medals and awards for different stuff. He's just like, he's the man right now. Following this, Jay attends Oxford. Now he says that he's been there for a long time, but in actuality, he's only there for like 4 or 5 months. But timing doesn't really matter. The key thing here is that he gets a letter from Daisy at this point, and that letter stirs a lot of emotions within Gatsby. The letter's pretty much saying that she's settled down, met a boy, is married now, and all her dreams came true. Okay, let me stop. It wasn't like that, but pretty much she's settled down, she's married, and that's pretty much it. Now Gatsby doesn't really care. From this point, his love for her doesn't escalate, but it materializes. He starts to manifest his love. Gatsby then goes back to New York to impress Daisy. He's on a mission to impress Daisy at this point. He goes into bootlegging as a quick means to an end to raise money to impress her, because he knows she's a gold digger. Pretty soon, Gatsby's the richest guy in the city. He begins throwing all these wild parties for all other townspeople, rich townspeople, in hopes that Daisy will one day come by and see his lavish mansion and fall back in love with him. Unfortunately, this takes a lot longer than he expects. In time, though, Daisy does come to one of his parties, but she does not have a good time at all. They dance, Gatsby and Daisy do dance, but that's not what Gatsby wants. Gatsby, and according to chapter 6, Gatsby wanted her to have such a grand time that she would go back to Tom and tell him that she never loved him, and she would come back to Gatsby and they would live happily ever after, and that will be it. Nick then goes to comfort Gatsby by saying in the 6th to last paragraph that you can't repeat the past, in which then Gatsby replies by saying, of course we can. Next, on the hottest day of the summer, Daisy invites Gatsby, Nick, and Jordan and Tom all to hang out and chill. They end up going to the city where Tom picks a fight with Gatsby, and then pretty much exposes Gatsby for all his wrongdoing. Sensing the hostility between her husband Tom and Gatsby, Daisy is just like, okay, let's get out of here, and storms out of the room. Tom's feeling pretty good at this point, and he allows Daisy to drive back home with Gatsby. Now Daisy's driving home in Gatsby's car, and at the same time, Myrtle and George Wilson are having an argument at their place. So Myrtle Wilson runs outside, and at the exact same time that Daisy's driving by speeding, and Daisy hits Myrtle. George is sad and gets upset, ends up tracing the car back to Gatsby, and then kills Gatsby, thinking it's his fault. So that's a brief summary of the life of Jay Gatsby. That being said, I have time to answer one question. That question will appear right up there. Let's get into it. Alright, Jay's biggest motivation throughout the whole book is 1, love for Daisy, and 2, money. More than first. He loves Daisy so much. His whole life pretty much is to capture Daisy, marry her, the happily ever after. That's like his dream. He has all this money, doesn't mean too much to him, but he always uses it to manipulate people. So that's about it. Like, subscribe, share this on Facebook, Twitter, do what you gotta do. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll holler at you guys later. Peace.